What's going on YouTube? This is Deke back with another Sorare video. Today we are going bargain hunting and I'm putting together a $250 or euro, and they're pretty much the same price at the time of recording, budget to start a gallery. So this is a very tricky kind of thing to do because $250 in this game is a very tall task, especially whenever you have to buy a goalkeeper and put out 5 players. So I went through, my buddy is starting and he has kind of a $250 budget. So basically what I did is built something for him. I'm actually going to loan him a couple players, so I made it a little bit easier for him. I'm loaning him a goalie and I'm loaning him another player. So making it a little bit easier on him. But this video, it is under, as you can see here, it is 241 euros, or let's see what the dollar conversion is. $246. I'll keep it in euros because most of the audience is in euros. So 7 players to start your gallery. You'll be able to play. They're all from the Eredivisie. So without further ado, our goalkeeper that we're going to take a look at, this guy's been on a roller coaster in terms of price. He was going to go to the Saudi League. He didn't. Etienne Vaysen. He plays for Walwip. And again, all these will be in the Eredivisie. So if you take a look at his price, it is $105 at the current floor. His average, is there as well. So he should be the number one. Everything I've seen, he should be. He was going to leave. He's not. It is confirmed he is staying. He should be their number one. It's not the best team in the league, of course, but, it's a decent player. And at a price point, I like him, and stacking him with a defender that I think is extremely cheap and definitely underpriced. So he's going to be my goalkeeper. I have Sean Adewu as my defender. So he's a center back, and his current price goes for 7 euros. So this is a bargain bin, absolute steal in my opinion. There are some DNPs. He was going to rotate in and out, some injury, yellow card accumulation, things like that. So he is on the same team as your keeper. He does have some solid scores. He has some lower scores too, but this is kind of a bargain bin if you want to roll those two out in a good position. I will have a rotational guy for other parts, but in good matchups he put up some solid scores, 50 plus, 60. So he's not that top end, but you're not in a budget build, you're not going to be able to compete with that top. You're probably not going to win a competition unless you have ceiling games from all your guys. But if he puts in a 66 and your other guys play well, it's possible. So as you can see here, he kind of made his way into the team. He is under 23. So if you eventually want to move to under 23s, he has that playability in not just this year but next year as well. So that price, as a cheap bargain option, and if you want to kind of have a bigger budget, you could get a better defender. One of the defenders that I would consider in the same league is Martins Indy for AZ, because I'm going to have another AZ player that they would be great to stack together in sort of a sandwich stack in this. So that's my defender. Jordi Classy is my midfielder. So he plays for AZ. As you can see, his price is 69 euros. Nice. You look at these scores, he has some very, very big upside, especially this game week. What are we in? 291, 292. They play on the road against Tuzla City again, and he didn't really go nuts in that match. I think he'll do a little bit better in the reverse fixture. 58.5 is not bad, though. He's kind of be your stud. I would captain him in this lineup pretty much every time until maybe you add a little bit. He is 31. He is on contract through this year. But at 69 euros, he's a guy that I think he's going to take a lot of your budget up. But as far as your outfield players, he's a guy that I would definitely consider. Okay, my forward, I'm going to have other options at forward, but my first forward keeps with that Walwip stack, and it's going to be Michel Kramer. So he is 10 euros. We are going bargain bin hunting here. If you take a look at some of his scores, he is very decisive based, as most forwards are, but you see that 85 here, 69, nice, 68. He's had a ton of green scores, and at that price for a forward, he's a bargain guy that you can put in there, especially with that stack, especially if they have a good matchup. A lot of this is matchup based, but if you have this budget, you're not going to be able to really spend for these top guys that are, not completely matchup reliant, but they can score in any kind of atmosphere. So another cheap guy, 10 euros, especially in our budget build. It's a solid start. And then my utility guy is going to be Tronstad from Vitesse. He is 36 euros, so his price has kind of gone here and there. We take a look at his scores from last season. He's another guy that has a lot of green scores, a nice 91 here. 70, you see all these greens. He had, 10 70-plus matches over the last season, which is great. 54.6 average and 50 starts over the last season. That's great for that team. I like him. I own 2 of them myself, so this is not financial advice technically, but I do own him, so not trying to pump the market on him or anything, but just had to be said that I do own 2 of them. Got one from a reward. So with our 2 extras, the first one I'm going to go with Vito van Kruijs from Sparta Rotterdam. And he is 12 euros, so this would be kind of a rotational guy that you can consider at the forward spot, or you can start him over if you don't want to do a Walwick stack. So you take a look at his as well. He's a right mid / left mid, plays on the outside. He has some nice green scores as well at times, so he will put up these nice scores. And just kind of a guy that you can plug in maybe in a better matchup instead of the other striker, and he will be in a better situation at times throughout the season. So that's going to be my sub 1. And my sub 2 is Mats Suntjens for Sorare. And he is 9 euros, so another cheap guy that is a midfield replacement. So he is on contract through this year for the match team in 67, 72. So he has those nice scores, but he has a lot of yellows and orange. So it's basically matchup based. You can interchange kind of some of these guys in a better matchup. But this is a lineup that I think, in Challenger Europe, it can be tough in Challenger Europe. But at the limited level, if you want to get in, and if you want to join the Challenger kind of area now, let's see, we'll go to here. If you want to join and you're trying to get a starter team and you want to compete, I would highly suggest you put all the players in one league so that you're kind of playing in all these match weeks at the same time. I wouldn't worry about midweek. I would worry about those weekends. Hopefully, if it's all the same league they're going to play, you'll have a lineup to put together. I would highly suggest doing that. You don't have to use this league. You can use any league you want. This is a cheap version. If you watch the Sorare data streams, they did 1,000 euros. That was a great stream. You'd have to check that out if you haven't already. I want to do it on a really budget because I know a lot of players coming in, they're not really into maybe Ethereum as much, and they don't have that much to put in. 250 euros or dollars is a lot of money in terms for a lot of people. So this might be kind of an entryway into it, and I think you might be able to win some rewards with this club and kind of go from there and have some fun building it. I will say right now that the MLS market is definitely taking a dip while the Europe market is kind of going up. So if you could go through an MLS team, you would have less time to play those players as they're a little bit maybe halfway-ish or further in their season. But it might be a good option to buy them now, and then you'll have a team that you can kind of do at a great value, and maybe those prices go up kind of moving forward. All right. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions at all, or if you have any other bargain bin kind of guys, go ahead and comment them below, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya.